Hello, welcome back to the Scottish Running Podcast with myself, Pete Tucker. I'm just flying solo today. Sean can't be with us for various reasons, although he has had his Inverclyde running group today, so he's been a busy bee. And yeah, I am pleased to announce a guest we have in the form of Nynke Mulholland. So we Ninks, as I like to call you, welcome to the podcast. Thanks very much for agreeing to come on and chat to me. And yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. As I said, running's not going too well, but apart from that, everything's good. Yeah, and I'm just trying to get back into fitness. But no, yeah, like I said, thanks for coming on. Yeah, just before we get down to the nitty gritty. So what's been on the schedule today? Have you run today? What have you been up to?
Yeah, it was just a hour 15 easy run, so nice relaxing day.
Just an hour 15. Okay, so what did you cover 10 miles there?
Yeah,
Good.
well, I did 15k. I was just going slow.
Okay, no, that's good.
Couldn't be
That's
bothered
easy.
running the extra k.
Fair enough, fair enough. So you're in K's and not miles then?
Yeah, k's.
Oh, okay. I knew
Uh,
there was something about you. No, okay, no, that's cool. Well, listen, I'll tell you what. As just as I said, with the introduction, it's normally Sean that does that bit, but I should just say that as I mentioned to you before we started, typical. Normally, I do well, not really stalking. I do a bit of research on the Power of 10, but as we discussed, for some reason, the Power of 10 website is currently down as we speak. So yeah, unfortunately, so at least that's my excuse for not being fully prepared because I haven't got all of the information in front of me that I'd like to have. But you are, I believe, the West District cross country champion from 2018, 2019, around that time. So I should have said that. And off the back of that, you got a Scotland vest, Scotland vest number one of
yeah.
many, I'm sure. And I know that second one has been elusive, but I'm sure it's coming. But yeah, since I brought that up, just tell me a little bit about that race itself, the West District cross country, if you can remember how that went, who your competition was. Did you lead from the start? How did that go? And then and I know it was a while ago, but just touch briefly on the home counties run for Scotland. Tell us a bit about those two races.
I only really remember the West because I just came back from, I'd lived in New Zealand for a year
Okay.
and I was messaging my dad and I was just going, imagine I came back and won the West. That would be so funny because like I usually came like eighth or 12th and I would just make getting the Scotland West best.
Right. Okay.
So I was like, oh, imagine I just came back and won it. That'd be hilarious. And then I actually came back and did win it. And me and my dad were just like, whoa, what the hell? What's happened? Why? I've went to New Zealand for a year and came back and I've won this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Then I got my Scotland selection. It was in Stirling.
Okay.
I can't really remember how that race went, but I just remember running good at it because I think I was maybe last, like they picked four for Scotland,
Hmm.
and I think I maybe just made it with the four selection, and then I think I maybe became second in the team, so I proved myself.
Okay. No, decent. And that was in Stirling. What can you remember? What the course was like? Was it sort of hilly, muddy?
There wasn't many hills, but it was
Yeah. Yeah.
very muddy, and it was raining obviously because it's Scotland, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. As we know. Yeah, fair enough. All right. No, cheers for that. Okay. Well, what I'll do, I'll just jump into my little sort of quick fire round, as I like to call it. It's not always quick fire, but we'll just go through that. So we'll just start off with then. What would you say is your? I mean, you might have touched on it already, but what would you say is your best achievement or your proudest PB?
Probably that West one, the
Yeah.
one where I got gold, is maybe one of my many achievements, and my proudest PB. I'm gonna say that I I just came. So I had a running coach in New Zealand, and then I left her, and I'd maybe been with Nori for like 2 weeks, and me and Millie were at the track, and we were training to both run sub 17, and then somehow I managed to run 16:49. Just and I didn't even like we hadn't even really trained. I'd been with Nori for 2 weeks, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I just randomly done that, and it was I don't know. I just how did I do that? I've been wanting to break sub 17
Yeah.
for so long, and then it just randomly happened. So maybe that one.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good answer. I love that because, like you say, sometimes I mean, obviously, it doesn't. If it happened all the time, then yeah, we
Yeah,
really happy runners. But yeah, sometimes it does just click. I mean, I know that can be a bit of a rarity. But so what was it 16:49? Did you say? Yeah.
yeah.
And what race was that in?
That was Silver Nose.
Silver What year was that then?
Uh, 3 years ago.
Was I in the race? Do you know? And if I was, did you beat me? I'm not sure. Or
No, I don't know, but then the one that I think it was maybe the year after that,
right?
I ran 16:51 and you just beat me.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. I'm glad you brought that up. Then you mentioned it, not me. Fair enough. Okay. No, no. Yeah, I mean, like you say, with that, I mean, obviously, I was a little bit fitter back in the day. So 16:49. And have you broken 17 again, or was that the one time?
That one and then that one when you were in it, the
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah.
16:51, silver nose again.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, like when I was aspiring to try and be quick at the old running malarkey, I was trying to break 15 on the track for years, and then all of a sudden I just ran 14:50, and then like yeah, I've never broken 15 ever again. But yeah, I was in shape to do it for a long time, and like quite a lot of 15 O's, in the teens and that 15:06, blah blah blah. But yeah, I did a 14:50, but yeah, never did it again. So at least you've broken your 17 twice. So there you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, moving on. Who would you say is your favourite male athlete?
Male athlete.
Yes.
I actually like the Engelbrits and Jakob.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Do you watch? They've done a documentary as well, didn't they? Do you watch all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, or just
Yeah, I watched that one. It was on was it on Disney? Amazon?
right?
I think yeah, I did watch it. I watched it ages ago when it was out, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if they've had any more episodes or anything, but I've not
No,
watched
I'm
them
not sure.
since.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Obviously, good rivalry with Josh Kerr. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not really up to date on current affairs in the sort of top athletics. So I don't know who's heading to the Com Games, whether Jakob will be there or not. But that might be good to see. I managed to get some tickets for that actually. Did you
Yeah.
look into that yourself at all?
Nah, I don't really like going to the big events. I'd rather just watch them on the TV. You can see
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, no worries. You're not going to try and see if you can get that last minute another Scotland vest, maybe. You never know.
Well, that would be fantastic.
Right, cool. Let's see what magic yourself and Norrie can work between you. Okay. Favorite female athlete?
hmm Probably Laura. I actually like Kaylee Hodgkinson as well,
Yeah, yeah,
but
that's
Laura
good.
Muir,
Yeah.
Eilish as well. So I've not
Any more?
three favourites.
No, great. Laura's a good shout. I'm sure that's been mentioned before. And I love the fact you just refer to her as Laura. I mean, obviously, being the Scottish Running Podcast, if you're talking about running and you say Laura, everyone knows who you mean.
Yeah.
So, exactly, yeah. Good answer. Great stuff. All right. Moving on. Do you have a favourite football team
Hmm.
that you're
Well,
prepared to disclose?
you get chucked out the group chat for, saying something.
Oh,
No,
right.
I'm just gonna go safe and go Morton.
Morton, yeah, good stuff. Well, that is my Scottish team. So, yeah, there we go. It's a good shout. The mighty Ton. Okay. Moving on. Favourite movie?
Lion King.
Lion King.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. Yeah, no, I love the Lion King. Have you ever cried when watching the Lion King?
Maybe if I was a child, but not as an adult that I remember.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, yeah, I think I'm trying to get my daughter into Lion King actually. So because we collected the Disney Morrison cards that were out
Oh
recently.
yeah.
Did you see all them? There were 96 stick cards you had to collect, and we got all of them.
Oh really?
Yeah, the Evil Queen evaded us for quite some time, and then George's favourite was Mr. Tigger. She calls him, so he was number 3. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, moving on. Most interesting person you've met through running? Obviously, yeah, spent some time out in New Zealand. You've been to lots of big races and been on the scene for a while. So, who's the most interesting person you've met through running?
Just any person.
Yeah.
Well, when I went to New Zealand, it's my friend Catherine. Probably I'll have to say her because
Who was that? Sorry.
it's my friend Catherine.
Oh right.
She's actually from New Zealand, but she's like I think she went to the Glasgow Commonwealth Games
Oh right.
whenever it was, like 2012, 14.
14. Yeah, that sounds about right. I reckon.
Yeah, she went to that, and then she was trying to get selections for the Olympics. Maybe just missed out by like a couple of seconds, which is so annoying.
Right. Right.
But I went over there, and it was kind of like a young training group I was with.
Yeah.
And then my coach Maria said, "There's this girl that she's kind of like the same age as me, and she runs, but she wouldn't talk to me for months." And then I was like, oh, "I'm never going to meet her, whatever." And then one day we just like went out a random run, and that was it.
Oh,
And we've
cool.
been friends ever since. And now well, I go over there and visit her. She comes over. We've met in
Nice.
Canada. We'll meet each other random places and we training camps, and it's great.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And so, sorry, did you meet her out there then, or did you
Yeah,
go?
I met her when I was out there. Yeah,
Right. Okay. Cool. Fair enough. Good stuff. Okay. Sorry. So you say she did the what sort of? Give me just a ballpark figure, roughly. What she kind of? What's the distance and what's she running like for, like 5K for example? Is that what's her main distance?
well, she's when she was doing the Commonwealth Games, she started off as a 400-meter runner,
Oh, right, right,
and
right.
now
Okay.
she's doing marathons. So she's done it all: 400, 200, 400, 800. I think she's 201 for the 800,
Okay.
1500, and like 410s maybe. So
Right, right. Okay.
5K, I'm not sure, but she's done a 2:44 marathon
Right. Okay.
at London there.
Oh, right, just there. Right. Fair enough. Good stuff. Okay. Well, yeah, good person to train with them with that
Yeah.
speed there. Help you for those sprint finishes, which I think I've fallen foul to on at least one occasion. But there you go. All right, moving on. What would you say is your favourite race?
My favourite race.
Yeah, whether it's just like a local one you do, like one you do every, one that you put in the calendar and you try and do it every year. Like, for example, is there one that you've won multiple times? We've heard Sean's apparently won the Kilmacon 10K a few times supposedly, but yeah, might have been a weak year that year. But anyway, they all count, I guess. But yeah, so what's your favourite race?
I've done the Great Scottish Run 3 times.
Okay.
So that one I don't really get bored with, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
you know how if I hate out and backs, I can't stand them. I feel like I run out and then when I come back, it's over. My mind gets me.
Mhm.
And I quite like that Renfrewshire road race.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
just like down here.
yeah,
Even though the weather's horrendous, but every
yeah,
single year, but it's not like a boring course. I need an interesting course.
yeah.
The,
And, and
the one
that
I hate,
that's sorry, I was gonna say that's obviously fast approaching as well, isn't it? Yeah.
yes, trying to try and break 28 this year.
Good stuff. What have you done in that race before then?
28:01.
Oh, all right. Okay, fair enough. Good stuff. Okay.
These
Well,
barriers are going to be the death of me, I tell you.
no, I'm sure you'll get there. I mean, obviously, no shape at all at the minute, but I'm not even sure how many weeks away that is. Although it might be lucky for me. I'm sure I was discussing it with my other half today, and I'm sure we've got some sort of family thing on that day. In fact, I think I might be going to Liverpool v Man City now. In fact, I am. I'm going to Liverpool v Man City in Anfield. But depending on, it's a later kickoff. I might, being me, I'll probably try and cram it. I'll probably maybe try and do it and then leave straight from there and drive to Liverpool, or maybe I'll just give it a miss, especially if I'm going to. I know not everyone's a fan of the term, but especially if I'm going to get chicked again. So I might just bottle it. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating actually because I used to try and have a bit of competition with yourself, but I'm not even in the conversation anymore. It seems like you've got a big head-to-head rivalry with another of our teammates, but we'll come on to that later. So okay, moving on. What would you say is your favourite session? Your favourite training session?
I can tell you all the ones I hate if
Yeah,
that.
well, tell me the one you hate the most, and the one that you're a wee bit partial to.
The one I hate the most is 5 by K, and I don't know why. I just can't. So much.
Really?
Like
But,
no matter how fast it, like just no matter what speed it is, I just hate it. I don't know if I've got one I like. Do you know, I actually quite like the marathon ones where it was like
yeah.
like the 4K, maybe like four, I can't remember what it was, 4 by 4K maybe.
Hmm.
And it was just like at marathon pace. It's
Yeah.
boring and long and you have to just kind of switch off, but
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The sessions that don't hurt are the ones that I like.
Well, it doesn't hurt until maybe the next day. But no, I know what you mean. They're kind of like more sort of mentally demanding, aren't they? They're quite
Yeah.
tough, like grueling in that sort of sense. But yeah, it's a different kind of like pain, I guess. But yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I'm partial to a long session as well. Good stuff. Okay, right, we're nearly finished on my questions here, and we'll have a bit of a chat. What is your favourite food?
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza and pasta. Great shout. Obvious, right? Okay. Pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
No.
Fair enough. Good stuff. All right. Moving on. Do you have a phobia or a pet hate?
Um, Spiders, the obvious one.
Spiders, fair enough.
People eating, breathing around me annoys me.
Did you encounter any particularly scary ones in New Zealand at all?
I actually didn't.
No?
No,
Oh,
I think they're a bit like us. They don't really get the spiders and the snakes. It's didn't really see any scary things over there,
right.
thankfully.
Fair enough. Good stuff. All right. Well, thanks for going through that. So yeah, just a little bit about where you are kind of training wise at the minute. So what I know you mentioned the Renfrewshire Five, but what other kind of races have you got coming up? Do you have any marathons planned coming up in the foreseeable? Tell me what's going on at the moment and what's coming up.
Not any marathons. Quite scarred from the London one, but I'm going to do the Inverness half marathon,
Okay.
and then I'll have like a break and train for a bit, and then I'll do the Babcocks, the 10K, three of them.
Yeah. Yeah, decent. They're a great series. I'll need to try and get myself in some form shape, but no, I like doing them. So
Yeah,
Helensburgh, Dumbarton, and then the Shettleston or Glasgow Green, isn't it? Yeah,
yeah,
good stuff. Okay, and so just as you mentioned it, so yeah, London. That was it London? It was last year you did it, wasn't it? And that was
yeah.
your debut. So yeah, again, apologies, I haven't got all of the information in front of me because I've got no power of 10, so and I can't do it without that. So how did you get on? How did it go? Talk us through it. What was the sort of rough kind of aim or aspiration or goal before? Because obviously your first marathon, it's always a pretty big deal. I think it is anyway, because you've been running for years, and then
Yeah,
you decide you commit to it, which is hard enough in the first place. And once you've done that, you do all the training, and then like you say, you get kind of one bite of the cherry really in terms of that one race. You've done all the work, so you work really hard for it. Hope everything goes to plan. You have that target, and then sometimes it goes to plan, sometimes it doesn't. So tell us a little bit about that.
well, mine did not go to plan.
Okay.
I think they already said he would give me an A if I ran 2:45 or less. A B was 2:50, and a C was 2:55.
Right.
So I got a big fail. I
So
ran,
give us the number then.
it's so annoying, 3 hours and 38 seconds.
38 seconds.
So like, and you know that way you're like, that's not even that much in a marathon, the 38 seconds.
It's
Like,
not.
but that's like one of the Ks, I could have just ran a 4 minute K and I would have got it.
Mm.
But I got to like the start of it, like the first half was fine. And then we got to Tower Bridge, and then it just went all downhill from there. And then I could see all the elite athletes like coming down like the other way to like be going home, and I really wanted to be on that side running to the finish line.
Yeah, yeah.
And I still had so far to go. And then even when I got to where I wanted to be, that was still like another 10K.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, I actually
Yeah, yeah.
can't. But I kind of messed up for myself because I usually eat lots of food, but in the morning of the marathon, like I was so nervous that I couldn't finish this race that I was like trying to eat, and I was just like, that way you're like being like kind of like being sick a wee bit.
Right. Okay.
I was just so nervous, and then
Yeah.
didn't really eat that well before it.
Hmm.
Started this race feeling good, and then it was like what 23 degrees, 24 degrees that day maybe. So like
Okay.
we'd been training through the Scottish winter,
Yeah.
and then came down in London roasting, and then we had the gels, and then I think I took like maybe like 2.5 gels, and then I was like, oh, I feel sick, so I just patched the gels as well, and oh, just everything that could have went wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But what did you go through halfway in? Can you remember?
I actually didn't go. I went through halfway, and I can't really remember. I need to check on my phone, but it was I was on target for whatever time I was going to hit. Like wanted to hit maybe like 250. I could have got if I just kept that going.
Okay.
And then the last half was just, I think I was running like 450 Ks,
Right.
4 minute
Right.
50 Ks. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
went from like 3:55 to 4 minute Ks, and just to 450 Ks just like that. It's crazy.
Would you say that you think you kind of hit the wall as such? I mean, I know that's a phrase that is you, but yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever actually done that myself. But or was it just a kind of a grinding like struggle towards the end, or
What, have you not hit a wall before?
I wouldn't say I've no, I wouldn't say I've definitely died or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know that. No, to be fair, no. In the marathons I've done, I've been in a hell of a. I've been in a wall, not even a wall. I've been over like a skyscraper building when in 100K races that I've done. That's a world of pain. That
Yeah.
when you, because I know you will, when you do eventually try 100K, or maybe even a wee 50K, and get a Scotland vest there, because I know you can, and I'm sure that'll come to you in a few years, maybe when you're nearly as old as me. But yeah, that's another pain altogether. But no, I wouldn't say I've actually hit the wall in a marathon. Like generally, most of them have all gone pretty well. I mean, Frankfurt last year was a personal worst by about 4 minutes and 36 seconds, roughly. Not that I'm counting. So yeah, that was awful. But yeah, sometimes I have had it before. In fact, even when I got was it my one cap? Yeah, Masters aside, like yourself, I got the One England vest, but obviously different side of the border. So and I did the marathon out in Toronto, and I got to 10K, and I was just struggling. I was just not there. Do you know what I mean? It was just so yeah. But no, I've not really hit the wall. So would you say you hit the wall then, as such?
I guess so. I don't even know how I felt. Like I just
Yeah,
move, and I was getting like, I remember just grabbing the water and
yeah.
like just pouring the one I had left over my head and then
Hmm.
drinking the rest of the one, and then I would just carry that the whole way. But I just think I didn't eat enough before it, which is.
Yeah, yeah.
But then also I was like, I was scared in case I couldn't finish it. But then I was also scared if I ate too much food, I was going to get a stitch. Oh, and I was just, and it's annoying because I trained so well for it, and like I
Yeah.
doing training runs with, I trained with Andy and David from
Okay.
Inverclyde, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember we ran like a 40K one day, and I just, it was just like a nice jog and a 2:47 or something. So that's like
Yeah.
an sub whatever that is for a man, two
Yeah.
56 or something. So I know I could do it, but I just
Yeah, it
we're
just
not.
sounds like the nerves clearly just obviously
Yeah,
did get the better of you. So, what do you reckon then? Are you going to revisit the marathon, whether it's London or elsewhere? What do you think? You've got obviously you've got some unfinished business there. So, are
yeah.
there any thoughts on that already, or not quite yet?
See, half my brain wants to, and the other half's like, nah, we're done. But then I'm like, I could go and do it now. I could literally go and run a marathon now in under 3 hours. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so annoying.
Well,
But then
what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm don't. I'll end up doing a training run one day and just to like prove myself. Like, yeah, that's
Exactly. Well, listen, I think you should listen to the part of your brain that's telling you to have another crack at it. But
it.
well, yeah, we'll keep me posted anyway, and yeah, and I'll maybe try and join you for a few of the long runs and stuff. But
Yeah.
once I sort myself out, which is yeah, and get myself fit. But no, okay, and just with London in general though, because obviously not everyone is lucky enough to have done it. You know, there's obviously, as you'll know, there's people that enter the ballot every year and stuff. So,
Yeah.
did you have a championship entry for London?
Yeah, I got a
You
championship one
did,
year.
right? Okay. And so, what was the qualifying time for that for a female for the championship?
I think it was I only know the half marathon time. I think it was 1:26 for the half marathon.
1:26, and then
Yeah.
obviously a different time for the full marathon.
Yeah, I can't remember. Might have, I honestly can't remember. I don't think maybe sub 3:10. Would that sound right?
Okay. Yeah, I get maybe. Yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. With it being your debut, then, so you obviously qualified through the half. So,
Yeah.
how did you find the whole experience? And sorry, did the elite women? Because obviously, I've not done the elite women's race. Funny enough. So, did the women's championship go off with the elite women, or slightly after, or you go off with a mass start, don't you? Or
Yeah. So the elite
the
women
men's
go off.
championship go off?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
elite women went off at 9, say, and then the men go off at 9:30, and maybe it's like they wait 1 minute, and then everyone else just goes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So
So
we like
how sorry, I was say how did you find the whole London experience then, and like the crowds and everything, and the event itself?
the crowds were amazing. Like
Yeah,
it was so loud, and my dad and my sister came down, and I was like, I don't think I'll be able to hear them
yeah,
or see them because it's that loud and just so many people.
yeah.
But I managed to see them. I think they saw them 4 times, so I was like, woo! And then I was giving them wee high fives and stuff, just enjoying myself at the end because I was so miserable. So
Fair
that
enough.
got me through.
Okay, well, no, as I said, I'm excited to see when you do go for effort number two. I'm sure you'll smash it, but we'll talk plenty when that time comes. Good stuff. Okay, and yeah, so just give me a little bit of a brief background into your your kind of running history, how you got into running, like how it started, how long you've been running for, and yeah, and tell us a little bit about how the sort of New Zealand trip came about, like how long you were out there for, and that sort of stuff.
So I think I went up, I was 9 years old or 8 or something, and my dad took me up to the cut. I think it was the cut. You've
Oh
been up
yeah,
there?
yeah,
The cut. And then apparently I just kept running round and round and round and round and round and had so much energy. And my uncle said, you should take her to a running group because she's got too much energy. And then I actually started off sprinting, and then I think then I joined Janice's group, and then that was it ever since really. So I've been running since I was 9 years old.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
And what was the other questions?
Just about New Zealand, like how long you were out there for? Because I know you said you've been out there a few times since. So how did that all come about? What was the sort of main? Was it a training camp that you went out there for, or how did you end up out there? What was the sort of connection, if you like?
My partner he wanted to go and live in another country and just like work there for a while.
Right.
And I was in a stupid rubbish job, so I thought, oh well, I've got nothing to lose. I'll just quit and come with you. And then my aunt, she lives over there anyway, so I think my dad ended up emailing some coaches over there to see if I could just go out and run. I'd actually stopped running at this point, so I hadn't. I've not been running I'd been going some jogs, but not much. But he emailed somebody, and then that's when a coach in Christchurch got back. So that's how we came up with the decision. Let's go to New Zealand because my aunt lives there, and then we'll live in Christchurch because then I can go join that running group that I want to join.
Right.
And then it was just a totally different way of training.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's actually a lot what I've been doing, like I'm doing now with Nori, but Nori likes the miles, but I wasn't doing as many miles back then, but I didn't really need to because I was running 5Ks back then and 1500 meters, so you wouldn't need to do miles then. So that was it,
Yeah.
really. Just that took off, and I ran some races over there, got my PBs down, huge times, 1500 meters, finally broke 5. Finally broke 2 minutes 20 for an 800. Just wee stupid things like that. And
Yeah, yeah.
actually, my target time for when I left was a 17:35 k on the track, and I literally ran my last ever race 17:30 on a track. So I was like, oh well, there we go.
Decent. And how long were you out there for then initially?
Just a year.
Right, right. Okay. Cool, cool. And you said you were out there with your partner. Is that your now husband then? Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. Because I should mention it, but there's a wee what do you call it? Establishment, shall we say, in Guruk, or I think it's Guruk anyway. And I think I bumped into you on your hen night there, me and Sean from the Scottish Running Podcast. I'm not even sure if the Scottish Running Podcast was in existence then, or we'd have probably gone live and live stream past.
No.
I don't even know if you remember bumping into me because I think you looked like you had a good night anyway. So
Yeah, it was very good.
good
I
stuff.
actually do remember my sister coming up. Come downstairs, there's people down there. And I was like, there they are.
Fair enough. Cool, cool. Well, I'm glad you had a good one.
Well, my mum's Dutch. She's Dutch, so that's how I got
Right,
the
right. Yeah.
confusing name.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm with you. So is there a possibility that you might be maybe trying for the Dutch team then? Could you qualify? Maybe getting in the sort of mixed relay or something with a Femke Bol, something like that? Would you reckon?
That 400-meter hurdle.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Just since I mentioned her, like I was at the one of the indoor championship, the indoor championship in Glasgow, and then she was there running, and she's just class, unbelievable athlete. So yeah, I'm in the Femke Bol fan club. So
Yeah, I like her.
good stuff. All right. So yeah, just in terms of, I know obviously it might be slightly different when you're doing a marathon, but just give me a rough idea as to what a kind of typical training week looks like for you.
Just now,
Yeah.
Monday is just a 16 mile. It's 10 miles, 16k.
Okay.
Because you're in miles.
We'll do the stick with K's if you want. I don't mind. It's all right.
So 16k. Nori kind of works in minutes anyway, so it's like an hour 15 on a Monday.
Right.
Tuesday track, unless it's frozen over, then we have to go outside and make up a stupid session, which I hate because I can't get my head around these going out and back turns, whereas I could just run around the track, but it's frozen. So track on a Tuesday, Wednesday hour 15 run. Thursday's like threshold, so that's nice, but it's long. That's like So I think I've got 6 by 2K tomorrow.
Right.
Tempo, threshold pace.
It's a decent
Friday
session.
rest.
Yeah.
Friday rest day. Saturday 5K, 10K session, and then Sunday long run.
I like that. I like the sound of that week. Yeah, I like Friday rest day is the one for me as well.
Yeah.
I've changed a little bit slightly now, just because obviously I've got the little one, and so Mondays sometimes can be difficult to run because that's my daddy daycare day. So that's like a session in itself, as you can probably imagine. So, but no, yeah, I like the structure of that week. I think that's a pretty standard sort of good kind of week. But yeah, no, just give me a heads up then as to how much that would vary. Like or even if you can, I know you've only obviously done the one marathon, but you're like one of your toughest weeks if you like a one in the marathon block. Just give us a rough idea as to like the volume, what that would look like compared to what you're doing now, how much the Sunday run would change, and what the sessions were like.
Yeah. So just now I'm probably going 90 to 100K a week.
Okay.
And then when I was doing the marathon, it was like 125 to 130, I'm sure.
Yeah. See, that's the only thing. Although I said like crack on with the talking in kilometers, that's the only thing I struggle with. I don't mind doing kilometers, but I can't deal with people that say I run 90K weeks. Like if you're talking about mileage, so weekly. Yeah, weekly mileage. It has to be mileage for me, but that's just because I'm a dinosaur. But yeah, if we're talking weekly, I just can't. I can't compute when it comes to Ks.
I can't even, is it what, maybe 60 miles is 90Ks maybe?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Like jumped up by 30K
Right. Okay.
when I was doing the marathon training.
Cool.
But the thing is, I actually really enjoyed the marathon training.
Yeah.
Well, I maybe didn't at the time, but now thinking back, I actually did quite enjoy it. It's just like, I even done like 2 hour 30 long runs myself, which is crazy. Like, I never thought I would be able to do that. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
running around the whole of Greenup and Wimsby and
Yeah.
everywhere. Then I'd do it some with the boys, and they were just talking rubbish, and I was just listening. And before you know it, you're finished, and you're like, oh well, that's me for the day.
Right. Okay. Cool. So just a couple of other questions. So because just from a personal note, I'm sort of interested. I know you mentioned. I think you mentioned 40K, didn't you? So I take it that was that your longest run. You didn't go quite up. I mean, you're more or less there, but you didn't go quite up to marathon distance. Then 40K was your longest run. Then I'm assuming.
Yeah, that was the longest.
Yeah.
I was specifically told not to do the. I was like, I could just finish this and do the marathon now and get a time, but they told me not to.
Right. No, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Took ages to recover apparently, and I was like, now I'm thinking I should have just done that. Then I could have.
Well, yeah, I'll be honest. From a personal point of view, I'm not sure that there'd be much difference recovery-wise between running 40K and whatever it is, 42K or so. Yeah, but there you go. No, fair enough. And yeah, and the other thing I wanted to know in terms, did you do? I know you talked about some sort of like marathon paced reps and stuff or efforts, but did you have a thing where you were like trying to get up to a certain distance at marathon pace? Like for example, I know some coaches that I've worked for before, like on a Wednesday, for example, you might do like 8 miles at marathon pace. I guess it depends where you are, kind of like fitness wise, and if training's all going to plan, and whether when we talk about marathon pace, whether we're talking about the kind of your shape you're in at that moment or what your kind of aspirational marathon pace is, if that makes sense. So that you can there's always a bit of different opinions on what marathon pace actually means. But
yeah,
as I said, I've worked with some coaches where it was tough, to be fair. I mean, and I look back at some of the runs that I did do back in the day, whether it was the fact I didn't have a Garmin and whether the routes I was doing were a bit short, I don't know. But sometimes you were running sort of trying to get up towards 16 miles at marathon pace, which was pretty tough. So did you do anything like that at all?
I think the most I'd done was a half marathon at marathon pace.
Right. Okay.
I think I can't remember how we ran like out for however long. I can't remember how. I think the day maybe was like 35K. So we ran out for a bit, just slow, and then we literally ran from Park Lane,
Yeah.
to Anderson Bay. You know that? So we done that at marathon pace, and that was probably the longest one. If anything, I probably think I didn't get enough. Like I only had 10 weeks training for the marathon, so I feel like I didn't get enough long runs in.
Why was that? Sorry.
I didn't know if I was running it or not because
Okay.
the championship, when they told you, they didn't let you know until the end of January,
All right.
which I thought was a bit strange because that's
Yeah.
not giving you whatever it was. It only gave me 10 weeks to train.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit strange.
Yeah, because usually they would let you know. Although I think everyone that knew back in November that they were running the London Marathon.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't really give us enough time, and then I still had Scottish. I was still doing some cross country races, so I was like, I wasn't doing. Instead of doing a long run, I would do a race. So I just
Yeah,
feel like I could have done more long runs, and that would maybe
yeah,
help. But I
oh,
enjoyed that 21K
yeah.
tempo at marathon pace. I was like 3:55
Good
pace.
stuff. Decent. And did you do that one on your Todd then? Or
No, I done that with boys. So I think David was running 3:40 a k,
right?
and Andy was 3:50 a k, and then I was just to 3:55
Yeah.
behind
Hang on to him.
them in my sights, and they were showing me where I was going. I'm just following them, and as we were running out, we placed our water bottles and stuff. And when I saw them drink, I was like, hey, I should have a wee drink. And we had gels and all that. It was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
funny.
Yeah, no, I definitely. I think I'm going to try to get myself down to Macleod a little bit more. I mean, I'm actually doing London this year myself.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, yeah. I did actually, ironically, because I've been running rubbish. I did actually have a championship entry for it. It was actually from, was it last? I'm losing track. No, it was just. It must. No, it wasn't last year. It must have been 20 Frankfurt 2024. In fact, yeah, because they changed like the qualification period. That Frankfurt in 2024 actually qualifies me for the championship for this year. It's
Mm-hmm.
strange the way it's worked out, but it did. However, annoyingly, because it's all changed from when I did it, it used to be, I think, similar to what you were saying about last year's one. When I used to do it for many years, the championship entry, you didn't even have to submit your application until January, and you were more or less. I mean, I don't know if there was like a certain number. I think they've only brought that in more recent years where there's a certain number, but it was basically a guaranteed entry. So, and I think it was a sub 2:45 marathon back in the day, which, well, really back in the day then it was a walk in the park. I still think I could run a sub 2:45 marathon now, but yeah, although obviously that they've now put that down quite a lot. I think it's now. I think it's sub 2:38. Obviously, yeah, just with the way the number of people that are hitting those times and also the shoes, etc. So yeah, I'm sure it's 2:38 now, but it used to be 2:45. And then the half marathon, I think again when it was 2:45, I'm sure it was only a 75. And again back then, both of those were sort of quite easy
Yeah.
to do. But that's now gone down. I don't even know what the half. But I couldn't even run the half. The only way I would qualify for the championship marathon now is through doing a marathon. So yeah, I did Frankfurt. I think I did 2:35, and the championship time was 2:38. So, but as I said, that was a personal worst by a good few minutes.
Mhm.
But anyway, so yeah. But then what I was trying to say is that so I missed the qualification period. In fact, it was only I actually only saw that the period had closed, or I think I saw on Instagram that yeah it closed 4 hours ago or something because it was I think she's a mutual friend of ours, Yvonne, who run is it Giffnux you run
Oh,
for?
yeah.
Yvonne McNairn. I saw on her Insta story that she got an email from London Marathon saying, "Oh, there's only a few hours," and she was like, "Oh, stop tempting me." But she posted that I think shortly after, so I quickly looked. And I was, "Oh, I've missed it." So there you go. But fortunately, I managed to get in another way. I won't bore you with that, but I'm in anyway. I'm tempted to actually give them a call and just see if I can say, I've got the time, I've got an entry, I paid for it, I'm in. Can you change it to a championship? I think I know what they'll tell me, but yeah,
Mhm.
I can only try. So there you go. Right, okay. I was just sorry, just a little bit. Talk a little bit just about your coaching setup. Just tell me a little bit more about that because obviously, so your coach is Norrie Hay, isn't it? Who's also from our club, and I know you did quite a bit of training with Millie, a young girl from our club who was running really
Yeah.
well. She's now is she out in America? Is that right?
Yeah, she's in New Mexico,
Right.
really
So,
training.
yeah, sorry. So just tell us a little bit about your sort of coaching setup. I mean, I think you did worked a bit with Janice before. So yeah, just tell us about your sort of coaches you've worked with, training partners you've had, and stuff like that. Really.
I was with Janice when I was 9 till 16, maybe.
Right. Okay.
And then I actually left her. Well, obviously, like when you get older, you move anyway. But I went to Norrie, and then I stayed with Norrie till I was maybe 19, and then you know, you turn 19 and the clubs call your name. You're like, oh, I want to go out partying. So I kind of like left him and went out partying a wee bit too much.
Okay.
And then
Plates.
kind of took it back up. And I was with Laurie Spence for,
Yeah.
I can't remember how long I was with him. Maybe till I went to New Zealand, I'm thinking. And then I had my coach Maria in New Zealand for,
Yeah. You mentioned her. Yeah. Yeah.
well, when I was there for the year, I had her. And then when I actually came back, she still coached me. So she would just send me the plans. So that was 25 till 29 maybe, but I was just training myself, like just waking up in the morning, doing it in the mornings, kind of
Right.
boring. And then I saw Norrie's group and he had like Meredith and Millie and Maisie, and it's like,
Yeah.
it looks so much fun. Like maybe I should just go there.
Yeah.
And that's when I joined Norrie, and then actually Meredith got injured, which is really annoying because I was going to train with her because me and her were both going to be training for like 10Ks and half marathons, whereas
Yeah.
Millie was a 1500-meter runner.
Okay.
But we managed to make it work, me and
Yeah.
Millie. And then now she's left me.
how, out of interest, sorry, how's she getting on then? Have you spoke to her much? How's she doing?
Yeah, she came back there for 3 weeks, so we were training together.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing well. I think she just done a cross country season. It was her first year doing cross country over there, so I think she was going to go to, I don't know how it works over there, regionals and all that. I can't.
Okay.
But she'd done some good races, and then she had a little niggle, and then she couldn't go to run at nationals. I think it is nationals, maybe.
Yeah. NCAA's, yeah.
Yeah, that one. She couldn't go. She couldn't go to that, so she just watched, and then she came back. She came back, trained with us for a bit, and then she's got really fit, and she's going to go over there. And I think she's missing indoors, and she'll do track outdoors. I think
Right.
that's her
Okay, cool. Well, we'll
plans on it.
watch her progress. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, as I said, I have got some various bits of information passed on to me, which I'll mention in a moment. But just before I move on to that, you touched on it earlier, the Great Scottish Run. So I think you said you've done it 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. So tell me a little bit about that. You know, your best positions, the sort of 3 races. What was your kind of best performance? If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure you podiumed in it recently. I don't know if that was last year. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the very first time I ran it, it was my second ever half marathon, and then I was just, well, the first marathon I ever done was the Newcastle one. What's that?
Great North Run.
Great North Run. I done that one. So that was my first ever half marathon, and I ran.
That's my first ever half as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
1998. How old were
That's
you
a hard course.
How old were you in 98?
6.
There you go. Just to make me feel old. Yeah. No, it is a tough course. Yeah.
So I ran 1:22 at that, and then this 3 weeks later was a Great Scottish Run. I thought, oh well, I've got nothing to lose, why not? And then it was me and Natasha. So
Yeah.
she won it, and then I got second in a new PB. And then the following year, me and Natasha, so I came second.
Oh, okay. So you come second in it twice.
Yeah. And then this year that one,
Yeah.
I was like, Natasha's not running.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go for the win here. Maybe
Yeah.
this is my chance. Third. I was like, oh, come on. But I did, every time I've ran a half marathon, I've got a PB, so I can't really complain.
So you podiumed at the Great Scottish Run every time you've done it.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty impressive. You should have mentioned that earlier. So that's that deserves a round of applause. I'm sure our thousands of listeners will do that when they get to that bit. No, but seriously, that's obviously pretty impressive. Just So on that note, obviously we were privileged enough to speak to Natasha a while ago, so we had her on here as well. So we'll have to find out who's come third in those half marathons, so we get a clean sweep. We'll have to try and get them on as well. But I haven't seen much of Natasha lately. Has she had an injury then? Do you happen to know? Like, what's been going on? Just out of interest.
I just follow her on Instagram. I think she had an injury, but I think she's back running now.
Yeah, I think that's.
I don't think she's doing cross country. I'm not sure. I think she's more of a road runner.
Yeah. Oh well, obviously,
which everyone is.
Yeah, obviously we wish her well. So good, hopefully get her back. So the Great Scottish Run last year. Then, so who kicked you off down? Who demoted you down to third? Then who was first and second?
It was Katie Rourke, I think her name is.
Right. Okay.
So she just ran London Marathon as well, but I didn't. You can't really see the entries for the Great Scottish Run, so it's really just who you see it in front of you.
Yeah.
I saw her, but I thought she might hopefully she's going to die, and then I'll catch her. And then Freya Ross.
Oh yeah.
So I had a little battle with her for quite a while in the half marathon, so that was fun. But she got me near the end.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, there we go. So, and I'm assuming you'll be back this year, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. Maybe I'll try and redeem myself and get that the goal that I've always wanted.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Okay. Right, let me move on. What have we got here? Okay. Um, mm, mm,
I don't like that smiling thing you're doing.
mm. Right. This one, this is just what I've been told to. I won't say who it's from, but I'll just quote them. But I've been told to chin you for wearing your wee blue Joma shorts every single day of your life. So yeah, any ideas who that could be from?
Is it Millie?
No, it's actually from uh, somebody we mentioned earlier. One of your. I don't know if they're a training a rival from Giffnock.
Oh, Yvonne.
There you go. There you go. So, right.
So funny.
Also, as well, yeah, I think that wasn't one of my questions actually, but I've heard that. Don't worry, I've not got them with me here. It'd be good if I said, "Oh, here you go, surprise, surprise. Here's one of your idols." But I hear you're a little bit obsessed with McFly. Is that right? You'll get on really well with my wife then. She loves it. In fact, I've been to see them. Were they not at the OVO at some point? I'm sure they were. My
What was that?
my memory's like a sieve.
Recently?
What's that?
Was that recently?
Yeah, I feel like it was maybe last year.
Was it McFly v Busted?
Busted, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
McBusted. Were you there?
Yeah. Every
Cool.
time McFly come here, I have to go. I'm
Yeah.
committed now.
What about Five? Are you a fan of them?
Five.
Yeah.
Nah.
No. Okay. Oh well, fair
You know, I
enough.
don't even really. I used to like McFly's music when I was growing up because I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
You know, they're a boy band, and you're a little 13, you're like, ah, I love boy bands. But I don't even really like that kind of music. But I'm just committed to them, so here we are.
Fair enough.
And at the London Marathon, I actually met Harry from McFly,
Did you?
which was a highlight, and I'm so glad that's why I ran the marathon if I was going to meet Harry.
That's pretty impressive. Actually, I didn't really meet him. I got within maybe like 2 meters of him, but I met a Harry at the London Marathon one year. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I was actually. It's not often I do it. There's been a few more in recent years, but occasionally, if I'm not running London and I'm down that way, obviously I used to live down that neck of the woods, but obviously it's such a great event. So if I can get to it and I'm not running, then I'll go and watch. You know what I mean, so spectate, and yeah, I managed to. I'm friends with the guy that manages the British Army like men's team that do the marathon every year that run for the army, and so he managed to get me into a nice little kind of almost like a VIP bit towards the finish area, and Prince Harry was there just chilling out.
Oh, that's random.
Different Harrys for different needs. So
Yeah.
there you go. Um, just right, I'm just moving on some of the information that I've been provided with here. So you mentioned earlier that you like a bit of pizza and pasta. I've been told that you need to work on your kind of diet in general nutrition because you don't actually ever cook and all you do is get takeaways. So I think with that's a few. I'm just trying to think of other things we can do to help you with this sub 3 hour marathon. So first of all, we need a minimum of 12-week build up, sort of maybe 14 to 16 weeks, and less takeaways. So yeah, you right with that? And yeah, again, obviously, I've been a member of the club since 2017. Bumped into you several times. Not spent loads of time in your company because you're normally too quick for me on the training runs. But what is it you actually do? You work in the gym, is that right? So what's that like? Obviously, is it quite? Although I've worked in gyms before myself, is it quite physical at times? How do you find sort of the work commitment and running? How do you find the sort of balance with that?
It's actually quite a small place, the
Okay.
gym. It's just up at Clough Caravans. So it's just like a small pool, sauna, steam room, and a gym. So it's not the biggest place, but they're quite good because if I'm on like a long shift, it will be seven to in the morning till 8 at night. But like I'll have like a 2 hour break, so they tend to just let me. I'll go for a run. I can go for my runs like on my break. So
Well,
it's quite
yeah. On that note, my
happy.
my my source, sorry, my source has said that it's basically not a job and that you just get paid to go training. Is that so? I've had a few jobs like that. They're pretty good if you can get them. So yeah, no comment. Right, okay. Right, here we go. Let's see what else are we on here. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, there's a couple of again my sources just asked me to ask you about a few
I don't like
certain
these socials.
a few certain races. So I want you to tell me what these races have in common. So we've got the Inverclyde AC Club Trial, we've got the Paisley 10K, we've got the Glasgow Half Marathon, we've got the West District and National Relays, and the West District and Inter-District cross country. So I'm wondering if you can tell me what they have all in common.
Oh, Alan.
So the answer I've got is your 46-year-old training partner ran faster times than you in all of them. I mean, that's a bit below the belt, but that's what I'm being told. So, so yeah, if you could explain, so tell us a little bit how this has come about, because obviously it's been good to watch. It's good to see how this rivalry has sort of blossomed and come into fruition, and it's just grown arms and legs, and it's basically the main talk of our Inverclyde running chat these days, it seems. So, tell me how that's going, and what your plans are, how you plan to defeat the man in question.
Well, everyone thinks I started it, but he's actually the one that started it.
Is that right?
So I saw him at the track ages ago, and he would do the same session as me. But I was too fast for him, so he couldn't train with me then. And then my cousin was getting married in Australia, so I went to Japan and South Korea and Australia and stuff like that for a month. And I just thought, I'm going to take a month off and like just run, do whatever I want. That's fine. I'm not going to stress about running for a change and just not have a plan and just keep myself fit.
Yeah.
So when I came back, Alan was joining in the sessions. So we started off it was like 24 400s at 90 seconds. So that was fine. And then it just kept getting faster and faster. And like we were all just running together. And then we done the Paisley 10K.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really fit then. I just stepped right off a plane and he beat me. But I was like, he beat me by default because I can run faster than 36:40 or something, whatever I ran. Like I can run 35, I know that. So that's fine. He beat me by default. And then we done the club trial. You were there.
Was I?
Remember? Me, you and Alan running together. And you died off at the end a wee bit.
Yeah, I do
It was like
remember.
your first race back.
Yeah, I do remember.
So then Alan beat me at that one, which was fine. No competition. I don't mind. And then the Great Scottish Run, I saw him on the start line. I just see Alan, that's fine. We're going to run. I'll just run with him and we'll be fine. But the girls went off really fast at the Great Scottish Run. And then I thought, right, I need to like go a bit faster here because I need to like try and get a wee medal or a wee on the podium finish, So I can't really run with Alan, who was behind me. And then I'm 3K to go or 3 miles to go. I'm like, where's Alan? He must be running really bad because he usually overtakes me by now. Still no sign of Alan. 1K to go. Alan actually runs past me and goes, "Oh, you're going to hate this." Like, oh, I actually think I swore at him. And then that's when it started. I was like,
Right.
that's it. He's started me.
There you
He's
go.
made me angry.
Right. So okay. So there's
It was his fault.
unfinished business there as well. Yeah.
And he's got me ever since.
You'll get him. You'll get him. What did you run that day then? That's when you came third female. Yeah, at the Great Scottish Run. What time did you run?
78:05.
Yeah, I think David Henderson was in that race and wasn't
Was
too
he?
far behind you as well on that day as well. So
Funny.
there you go.
Well, Alan ran 17:40 something, I think. 17:45 or 47 or something.
77.
Yeah,
Right.
I think. So,
Okay.
but yeah, when I do the Inverness half marathon, I'm hoping to be like, I would love to run 76. I just feel like I'm training like that right now, and
Yeah.
I train so much better than a race, which really annoys me.
No, it'll come. I'm sure it will. But no, well, listen. Good luck with that. So when is Inverness?
The 8th of March.
8th of March. Okay, so plenty of time. Yeah. Okay. Well, as I said, I'm going to try and get myself to Inverclyde for a bit of training. I need to work out what's going on with me, with why I'm feeling so rubbish in my training. I think we talked a little bit about that before, and so I'll try and sort that out. Get myself down there, get a few sessions under my belt, and Inverness might even be one that I look at. Then that's the only thing. Obviously, until like more latterly, more recent years, most of my training or marathons were always when I was down south, and I'd always have it all planned out in terms of certain races I would do, like for example the Watford half, the Wokingham half, and various other races. But yeah, I don't know. Personally, for me, I just find there's definitely not as many options available to race half marathons in Scotland as there are in England, because there's more races. You know what I mean? It's just a bigger area, obviously, and it was just more accessible and easy to get to. And like some of them, obviously, there's some tougher, but there's just more fast courses available. Like for example, like I know Bath half marathon. Bristol. There's like there's a number of ones that are known, and you always know you're going to get a good field there. So, Alloa's one up here, isn't it? Have you done Alloa before?
I've actually never done that one before, no. I hear there's a big hill though.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. So maybe I'll avoid that one then. So, but in Inverness in March, you say, yeah,
Yeah, that's quite hilly as well though.
yeah. Oh well, and
But
that's my kryptonite. Maybe I just need to start doing some hill training. But yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Okay, and so yeah, so next, just I know you said the Renfrewshire 5 is coming up. Is that your next race then? Have you got anything before that? Or is that the next race?
no, that's the next one. I'm
Right.
actually excited for that one because it's on the road and it's like 8K. So hopefully I can run fast and then I'll know that I can run a sub 35 10K.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I've got two different pairs of shiny carbon plated Nike shoes, different models for Christmas that are in the box. So I'll have to dust out a pair of them, and I might see you on the line. But no, listen. Good luck with that. Good luck with your training in general, and thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yes. See you after.
Cheers. Thank you very much.